Hello there, it's Tailz from Studio WyldFurr, and I'm back again, here to try out the new Necrotech map tiles that I'm currently building. At the moment, the pack is still very experimental. I've built, as you can see in this window, I built a lot of walls. There are 5-foot curved wall sections. There are 10-foot curved wall sections. We've also got the cornerstones and doorways. Then we've got diagonal walls. So the walls is pretty much done, or there's a good amount of stuff in there because there's plus all the basic walls as well. There are some walls I want to add in because I want to put in lighting effects, but they'll come next. At the moment, I'm actually working on the floor texture. I've only built these basic tiles at the moment, so we've got 1x1 squares. We then have 1x2 or 2x1. And then we've got 1x3 and 3x1 sections. So I've got more floor tiles to build. There'll also be staircase tiles and floor tiles to go to the edge of grass and things like that. But they'll come next in the next couple of days. So at the moment, I just want to basically give it a whirl, see what it looks like with building a map. And for building a map, I'm here inside GIMP, as I like to do my basic map building in GIMP because I prefer how the snap, like grid snap, works in GIMP compared to Photoshop. Although I do the bulk of my detail building in Photoshop over GIMP, like just placing tiles. I prefer to use GIMP. So let's start off. So I've made a blank map canvas. It's 10 grid squares by 10 grid squares, and it has a light grey background color. So that way, if you go white straight off, it's a bit hard on the eyes. I prefer having like a light grey. So let's start with the floor. So let's plonk down this. Oh, Windows is not giving me any trouble today. Well, it's not giving me trouble yet. And I've turned on the grid, but I haven't turned on grid snap. And that's view, snap to grid. And if you want to know how to turn on the grid, that's view, show grid. If you want to know how to set up the grid, where is that? That's in preferences. It comes up. Here we go. Where was it? I forget where it was. Default grid. Here we go. So yeah, in preferences, default grid, and then you want to set it to 180 by 180, and that's all. Then you go OK, and your grid will appear when you set view grid. It will appear. When you've got grid snap on, you'll see that it's very easy to have the tiles snap in place. So let's start down the bottom here. So we'll have like a 2x2 entrance coming in, and we'll use some different tiles. So I'll zoom in a bit. What's this? We're at 50%. Let's just go 100. And then we scroll down. There we go. Let's just make a little corridor that goes straight up the middle. Whoops, didn't mean to. Let's go back to view, zoom, back to 100%. There we go. So let's go back to our move tool. There we go. So what I'm looking for when I do these sort of tests is I'm looking for, when I've placed a tile, does anything look out of place? let's go for one of these ones. You know, I'm putting it down. I'm looking at the where things join. I'm sort of saying to myself, does it look like it belong? Or is there something that, like, is there like a hard edge? I can see like a hard edge, and it's like, nah, that tile looks like it does not belong in that spot. So then I have to come back and sort of revisit that tile. So before I get too far ahead, I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it the floor. And I'll also create a folder, call it walls, because that's where my walls will go, and do a bit of organization. As I've said before, one of the problems I have with GIMP is you can't sort of select a whole heap of stuff, and oops, I added things that I shouldn't have. Let's just get rid of that. Yep, there we go. You can't just grab a bunch of layers and just throw them into a folder as you can in Photoshop. Like, you know, I couldn't just select that one, hold down Shift, select the one at the bottom, and they're all the layers are selected in between. It doesn't work like that in GIMP. GIMP's a little bit different. If you know how to do it, please let me know, because I don't. I don't do a lot of work in GIMP. I'll just have to put some of those tiles back. So again, you know, I'm just looking to see, does everything look like it belongs? Oops. Okay, so that's enough. So what we'll do is we'll have a corridor coming off here, we'll have a corridor coming up there, so I'll just add in some pieces just to get us going. So let's collapse that, go to our walls folder, switch over to our walls. Now, I'm doing something interesting with the walls. I've got a lot of these ones, which look like the wall is sort of, it's breaking apart. I'm just trying out, you know, an interesting looking effect. See how it looks. I hope everybody's doing okay. I started off the year with the good old lurgy. Decided to knock me out for a while, and my voice probably still sounds a bit gravelly. Ugh, horrible. Okay, so that's an interesting look for the wall coming along. Then we've got, so let's go back to our cornerstones and pop this one in here, and we want to do this way around, this one in here. So it sort of looks like the walls, you know, blocks are coming apart. They're either forming the walls or they're coming out of the walls. And then we'll use these again. Here we go. And these layers are ending up in our walls folder. That's all good. Now where's the top? There we go. So we'll have this one. We'll put it over here. And so far, you know, everything looks like it's coming together nicely. You know, the wall tiles look like they belong with the floor. Okay, so let's make a little room over here. Go back down to our floors. So I'll use. So these are 5 foot by 5 foot squares, but I've made them so that they look like the panels are smaller than the actual tile. Now I have to come back to our floor, because that should be in there, not in our walls, because that will look weird. So I need to make a lot more of the 5 foot by 5 foot tiles that are sort of, you know, the metal floor breaks up the tile, rather than like these ones where the whole 5 foot by 5 foot is one tile. I need to make more of those. So use that one, go to this one, because that way it'll give it more variety. Use this one. So what I'll do is I'll switch this to pick. So grab that one there, that one there. Then I will grab this one, put it there, and okay, so use this one, put it up there, and this one, put it down there. Okay, so let's just switch this back. Okay, so that's our floor for that room. Let's go back to our walls. So let's use okay, so there's also something I'm trying out as well. These sort of in our floor. I want this to go in our walls. So these sort of jumbles of blocks. So they could be pillars forming if you need, or just a jumble of blocks. So I'll put that there. Then what I'll do is I'll put so this is be where I'll try out our 5 foot curve. So let's do this one, put it around there. So I'll have to go and mask this tile in the background. Then we'll do one with a bit of carved out look on the wall, and alternate that on the other side, give it a bit of a different look, and then smooth coming back around. There we go. So I just need a flat piece here and here, and a doorway section there. So let's grab the doorway first. Here we go. Grab one of these. There. Then we grab, so flat sections. Our standard flat sections are in here. So let's use this one, because it's got a bit of interesting patterning in the wall. And then let's just use some flat stuff. And then this side of the wall. Have I done something very silly? I've got a funny feeling I've left the mode in grayscale. Ah, I'm an idiot. This needs to be RGB. Oh well. How funny. I left it all in grayscale. Oh well. Let's do this again. Let's just get rid of this and get rid of this. Just dump it all. Boom. Okay. This should now actually look like it has color. It does. This is probably... I was wondering why it looked a bit washed out. Hey, I did a good thing. So let's go back to floor. Let's do this really quick. Floor. Let's go that one. Let's use the 3x3. That one. Let's go for this one. And then this one. And this one. And let's do the long 3x3 again. Because it's a long corridor. Let's make a long corridor. Let's do it all the way through. And let's use a 2x2 again. Put it up there. And another 2x2, but we'll have it sort of there. So the larger tiles are a good way to just, you know, quickly fill in an area. And up the top, let's grab a 2x2. Grab you can do. And let's just go this one. And this one. Gotta admit, the grayscale actually looked kind of cool. I might actually go back and revisit that. Okay, so let's rebuild. So I had a little corridor coming off here. So we'll use these ones. There we go. And then we had another corridor. Let's just do 2x2. And it was coming off here. Okay, so that's our floor. It actually looks colored this time. Let's just make some walls. Now that they're actually going to be colored, they won't look weird. And back to the walls. There we go. So we're using these ones. Back down here. Going into our walls folder. That's what we want. Zoom up. Ah, here we are. When I'm done, I'll post this map on Discord or Patreon for those who are keen to have it. You can use it in your adventure. Interesting little sci-fi side adventure map. This should also show you how easy it is to make adventure maps using map tiles. Whee! And how easy it is to overlook making certain that your map is going to be RGB color instead of grayscale. Although that could be an interesting look if you need to sort of like have an overlay that players could possibly see in the fog of war. When they're not actually in the rooms, you do see the fog of war instead of the actual map. You see like it's grayscaled out. That one goes at that, and this one goes with this over here. Boom, boom. Pardon me. Where's my glass of water? I'm dying. Okay. So like this come down into here. So, pardon me. Ugh. I'm still not 100% from the cold. Okay, so the floor. Okay, there's the floor. So we'll use these. So we'll have it come down into here. So I'll do this differently. And as I said, you know, this is a test batch. There's a lot more floor tiles I need to make. A couple more wall sections. Like the walls are pretty much the main section that I've got done so far. I'm pretty happy with how the walls have turned out. Like these sections look pretty cool. I want to add in some interesting looking lighting. Because I actually got the idea of doing this map tile set from looking at artwork for Warhammer 40k. Let me just turn off the walls because I want to swap these two around. So I'm going to switch back to... Now on the move tool it has a toggle, so it can be move the active layer. So obviously this is the active layer, it'll just move that. And if I click, so for example, if I click over here, it'll still just move this tile. I don't need to specifically click on that tile. But if I click on pick a layer or guide, whatever is under my mouse when I click will be what I'm going to move. So I want to move this one, so it's using this method, using that toggle is a good way of just grabbing stuff. But the problem is, if you have it on all the time, you can just end up grabbing random tiles all over the place, and it gets very messy. Okay, so I've moved those around so it looks a little better. Having two tiles that are sort of like, although the texture is different, because the split's right down the middle, looks a little same. So let's go and put some walls down. Oops, no, they're back in the floor. Walls, need walls. Okay, so I'm going to use these ones. Oh, oops. Turn the walls back on so I can actually see what I'm doing. So that one. But yeah, as I was saying, the Necrons, although a lot of the artwork, if you look closely at a lot of the artwork, or sorry, if you look generally at a lot of artwork for Warhammer 40k Necrons, it's all very dark and gloomy. But if you actually sort of look closely, a lot of the Necrons, the texturing, they look like this brown copper, brown brass or copper, like aged. If you've actually looked at like aged copper or bronzes, like I think the texture I used for all of this is actually an aged bronze or an aged copper. So it's brown, but it actually, as it ages, it goes into this green, gets like this green corrosion, which looks really cool. So that's the texture that I was sort of aiming for. So the people who are playing, what's the name of it? The Warhammer 40k role-playing game. You know, they could use this set to build adventure maps for their campaigns. You know, assuming that they're going up against Necrons, you know, they might be going up against Orcs. In which case, I've got a map tile set called Ironstone Map Tiles, which I made that to be like a really industrial, chonky, concrete iron bands sort of look, which I think would look great for Orc buildings. Pardon me. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm only going to use these because I've got a corner which has the wall blocks on it. So I'm only going to use it on one side. I'm just going to have it come around here. Whereas the other side, I'll do it normally. So that way, it sort of gives it a bit of a different look. Like this sort of blocky area is only really affecting one side of the corridor. There we go, and there's a normal cornerstone there. So that's down here done, looking pretty cool. So let's look at what can we do over here. So I'll have a room here. So this is where we'll rebuild that circular room. So let's go back to our floor. Necrotech floors, and let's just use these. Just do squares. Here we go. Because I'll need to come back and mask the corners. Did that go across? Oh. Nope, didn't. There we go. And to there. And in there. Okay, so that's our floor. So might have could have a, you know, something come off here, up that way. So let's go to our walls. And obviously when the pack is done, it'll have doors and all sorts of goodies to outfit the map, because obviously, you know, it'll be a bit boring having, if all this is open, there's no doors. Let's put in. So we'll then need to do that, because we'll have a doorway here, Where is it? That one there. Yep, there we go. So let us put some flat pieces in and some doorways. So go back up the top. Now let's have a wall section with a carved bit. So let's just do this one. This one looks interesting. And then we need this one. Down there. So we need doorway here and doorway here. Oops. So I'll do the same thing on this one. I'll make this this edge, this cornerstone, keep that, and then just normal for the other one, but I'll make it curved. Like that. And then around on the other side. Oh, I haven't made a doorway piece which is 2 curved ones. I'll just use that, and it's that. There we go. And then we have some walls coming off here. So we have a flat one. This won't have any carved out bits. There we go. Like, I really like how, you know, the corrosion makes it green on, you know, on the edges where there would be rough wear and tear. Okay, so coming through here to here. Now, let's see if I can remember how to make a mask. Since it's been a little while, let's go add layer mask. The initial way, full transparency, add. No, we want this to be select all, edit. Let's fill this with white. Is it fill with foreground color? There we go. Then we'll want to use the free select. Grab my pen and just draw there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's just do this again. Have they changed how this works? Oh. There we go. So we go edit. No, we want this to be black, so we're going to change our color. Edit. Fill. There we go. So now we want to select a new bit. It seemed to have changed how the selection freehand works. So we go edit, fill, and then over here, so select none, select this, edit, fill with foreground color, and then down around here. Edit, fill with foreground, oops, edit, undo, oh, why is that? Oh, that's because I haven't closed it. And let's just redo it, select none. That's being weird. There we go. Edit, fill with foreground color, there we go. So select none. It's always fun when they change how programs work, especially if you don't use them all the time. So let's make another room here. Let's Necrotech floor. Okay, I'll try and do this with as many 2x2 tiles as I can. Oh, wrong Wrong button. So let's put that one there. Then we'll go this one. Put it here. Oh, but this is where I've made a... Okay, so rectangular select. Select that. Go up to this, change to white. And go edit. Fill with foreground color. There we go. Select none. Back to our floor tiles. Oops, still got the select tool selected. Must go back to move. There we go. Another one of these. Like that. And one of those. There we go. So, now let's use... hang on, I'll make the floor continue. I'll make this corridor continue up here. So let's continue to use these ones. There we go, so we'll have a corridor going up there, and then we'll have a different room here. So, switching to our walls. To walls. Let's make the corridor first. So I'm going to use the wall sections without texture. So all the walls, I'll try and do them in the rooms with interesting textures. But in the corridors, I'll use the default flat ones, like that. And we need the other side. Like that. And just grab the next one and go like that. Now, let's chuck in some cornerstones. Let's go this one, like that. Yep. Now I'm going to use the diagonal walls in here. So let's first put in a flat wall since we're here. Come scroll down to the bottom. So let's use this one. So this one will go over here. Then let's use this one. It'll go up there. So this will be a octagonal room. Whoops. Just select one, not the whole lot. And pop that there. Now, diagonal walls. Diagonal walls are a little bit interesting because, so let's pop this one right here. There we go. Now they're interesting because they're quite, like, compared to these, they're actually quite thin, but that's just how, pardon me, the diagonal walls actually work. And if you'll notice in the folder, there's the wall sections, but there's also these little corner bits. They're so that I'll use them. Hang on, this should. No, actually, I don't think I need them. But I'll show you as an example. Let's just say I'm making a wall going through here, and it's a couple of sections long. You use those to fill in the gaps like that. So let's just say I had, there's another section on the other side. There we go. Because if you didn't have this little section just in here, you'd have a little cutout chunk. So that's how those get used to make long sections of diagonal wall. But in here, oops, I accidentally deleted a bunch of things. There we go. So, let's grab this one. And we need around the other side. This one goes in there. And again. This one. Go here. Yeah, so this is where I'd need the little edge pieces. So we come up here. So I need one piece to go in there. And one piece to go in there. Done. Excellent. So again, I'm going to need to mask out some pieces. So let's see if I can get through this right. Okay, so okay, change to black. Make certain I've got the mask. Edit, fill, there we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so they seem to have it so that you can't draw another mask. Okay, so edit, fill background color. There we go. Oh, we need this one. Edit. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Everything looks like it belongs. Good, good, good. So, let's just continue this corridor. Give it some texture. So we'll pop back to here, and we'll use these wall sections. Oh, might actually, I'll make something come off there. And how close are we to the edge? Oh, a little ways. There we go. So, do the same coming back. Here we are. doorway just there, going off to something. And dunk. There we go. So now we're going to have something come up here. So let's make that. So we'll have it come into something rather, another room here. So we don't have to worry about these sections because, when you import this into Fantasy Grounds or Roll20 or Foundry, and you set up your dynamic lighting. Oh, need a quick drink. When you set up your dynamic lighting, these areas will be darkened, so you won't see it. You could go and add in a nice little texture, so that when if you're using an overlay that is displayed instead of your just black fog of war, you could have overlay texture. What I like to do in some adventure maps, if it's an underground setting, I like to have a rock texture. That way, it looks like it's a slice through the ground where the dungeon is. Okay, so we'll win the floor, back to the floor, and I, like a silly fool, put some wall layers inside my floor layer. So let's just put them up there. How many did I do? A couple. That's annoying. There we go. Everything is separated out where it should be. Okay, so we'll have another 3x3 room here, which I'll do just in these blocks. Because what I want to do some blocks that have like stripes and different, textures and stuff carved into the blocks, carved into the metal. And also I want to have, lights and other things, other ornaments displayed in the metal. I hope to have this finished by the end of next week, hopefully. Cross fingers. Hoping that I don't end up with other things getting in the way. So let's pop that there. And that one can go there. So we can have a corridor coming in here. And we can come in here too. So let's go to our walls and pop in some very basic standard square walls. These guys. Stuff like that. That one. Over there. And this one. Just here. And use them again. Actually, I'll use these ones with a bit more of a corner here and here. just have to do some cornerstones. So we need to have this one right tucked in there, and something similar on that corner. There it is. And then pretty basic square ones just there, and need it here. And we'll need over the side just a simple bit of flat wall. And if I go to here, yep, there we go. There. So there we go. Oh, I need to cornerstones. This one. So again, you know, to make it interesting, I'm just going to do it on one side, and then the other side can be flat. Oh, no blocks sticking out. There we go. So, you know, nice standard static room and a corridor coming through to it. And we can do something there. We'll do the same thing there. Just knock out this piece. Let's go back to our floors, add in our floor. So again, I'll try and use. So we'll go a long piece like that. And then another piece like that. There we go. So this is where I'm going to switch back over, because this is a good way of grabbing the tile. So that's that one. I'm just going to hide it. So we're in our walls. Switch back. Jump out to our wall sections. Now I'm going to use these ones, these corners, because these look pretty funky. There it is. And then so I'll use this one. And this one. Okay, and cap off the wall with some doorway entrance. There it is. That's our entrance to that room. Done. So we've got like a little section over here. Then we've got a single room. Then we've got some different rooms over here. So let's just make a large one. So let's jump back to our walls, our floor. And see how this looks. Actually. Just make a have these ones. This one tile broke up into 3 pieces. Have this ring around a single block. That one. Looks interesting. And then we'll just have a little curvy passage. Actually, no. Let's I've got an idea. So we do that. Come up to our walls. This will allow me to test out these ones. The 10 by 10. So let's go with this. That there like that. And then, actually, I'll need... I was thinking of doing this. Yeah, might do that. Okay, so quickly jump down to our floor and add in two more pieces for the floor. So I'll have to mask these pieces. So I may as well do that while I'm here. Edit. Fill with foreground color. Select none. Edit. Fill foreground. There we go. So select none. Then we come back up to our walls, into our Necrotech walls. Okay, so let's use these ones. Whoops. There we go. And we'll need one over here. This one. There. So we'll need to cap off there. Wall, wall, and wall. So oh, I'll just use these. There we are. And for the western wall, right there like that. And we need one for here. That one. Then we cap this. Oh, pardon me. And then that'll do a curved wall here. Which means I need that one. And where's the other side? There. That one. And we're done. So we can go select all, white, edit. There we go. So okay, select none and view, zoom fit to window. There we go. Nope, no. Oh. Need to zoom out. Zoom out. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. Boom, boom. There's a little map. Oh, I have forgotten one section. Where is it? Let's jump back to our walls. Make certain we're putting it in the right place. That one. Can go there. We'll use a curve. Curve. That one. And then we'll have a simple square right there. And that is a quick 10x10 adventure map. It looks like everything belongs. Looks pretty good to me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. If you enjoy this map building with map tiles and want to see more, please join my Patreon, subscribe. Every little bit helps. Every little bit goes towards funding and creating more content. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.